So today I want to talk to you about pumpkin boat racing. Yeah, you heard me correct. So pumpkin boat racing is when people take giant Alaskan pumpkins and turn them into boats for competitive racing, of course. The first ever record of someone even using a pumpkin as a boat was in 1996 with Wayne Hackney. And there isn't really any information on how Wayne Hackney even got this idea, but I like to think it went a little bit like this. So imagine Wayne in his field harvesting pumpkins with a friend, and Wayne gives his friend a cheeky look and says, "Bet you I can make it across that pond in one of these pumpkins." And the guy was just like, "Okay, well, I bet you my best pair of sneakers you can. That thing's way too heavy." You know, an understandable thought process. These things weigh up to a ton sometimes. Later that day, Wayne got to work on carving out his pumpkin boat. And the next day, a large group of people came to spectate because Wayne's buddy was a bit of a loudmouth. Wayne made it all the way across the pond, first go. His friend looked at him in defeat and gave him his second best pair of sneakers, unbeknownst to Wayne and everybody else, since his best friend didn't tell him about his other best pair of sneakers, which he keeps in a safe lockbox, hidden away in an undisclosed location that is kept encrypted on a USB stick that is also in another lockbox in another undisclosed location that he has memorized. And you might be thinking to yourself, why? Why would he go to such extreme lengths just to hide his best pair of sneakers? Well, these weren't any ordinary pairs of sneakers, but that's not the point. If anyone were to ever find out about this pair of sneakers, they would first have to beat the information out of him. And he can only give what he knows, right? At that point, at least he's sending them on a wild goose chase to get it and not just handing them over. Come to think of it, how does the phrase wild goose chase even originate? So apparently the phrase wild goose chase is believed to have originated in a 16th century horse race. In this race, the lead rider would gallop across the countryside in an erratic pattern, while the other riders would try to follow at different intervals and try to follow the lead rider's exact pattern. Take that with a grain of salt, because that was just Google's AI that answered that. Anyway, we're getting really, really far off the subject. We're talking about pumpkin boat racing. So pumpkin boat races actually started as a competition in 1999, just 3 years after Wayne Hackney first attempted to use a pumpkin as a boat. The first time it was ever a real competition thanks to the establishment of the Windsor Pumpkin Regatta, later becoming an annual event, featuring races where participants would paddle these giant pumpkin boats, and sometimes, in a separate race, participants would race motorized pumpkin boats. Over the years, pumpkin boat racing has inspired many similar events across North America, and even Europe, evolving from a weird idea to an interesting and quirky autumn tradition. If this video gets enough engagement, I might even go to the next pumpkin boat race near me. I do want to do a lot more involved type of YouTube videos where I'm sort of doing investigative journalism type videos. As a side note, I am working on a really big project right now, and I probably won't even be able to release a trailer until about July or August. This video is already the most expensive video I've ever made, and it's not even done yet. So subscribe and stick around for the trailer when that finally comes out. Thank you for watching, and that's gonna do it.